Hello everyone! Helldivers 2 has dropped out of low orbit and taken the gaming community by storm. I'm Top Shelf Toy for Game Passionate, and in this video we'll be taking a look at Arrowhead Game Studios' latest success. Helldivers 2, as you might have guessed, is a sequel to the original game that released in 2015. As a Helldiver, you and up to 3 other squad mates will become part of an elite peacekeeping force. Being a good citizen of Super Earth, you've answered the call to defend Sweet Liberty from the alien Terminid invasion. After some brief training, you'll join the fight on the front lines with your fellow Helldivers. There's a variety of mission options and campaigns that you can take part in. You might be ordered to escort civilians out of hostile zones, destroy bug nests, or assist getting ICBM sites back online, to name a few. Once you're in a mission, you'll also discover points of interest scattered about in each map. Sometimes it's heavy weapons and ammo, sometimes it's some of the game's 4 different currency types. Each Helldiver drops into combat with a trusty rifle, secondary weapon, and hand grenades. Oh, and 2,000 megatons of explosives in close orbit. These weapons are the only things keeping you and your squad from being ripped to shreds by alien bugs and killer robots. And you will be ripped to shreds by alien bugs and killer robots. The enemy has the advantage in numbers, and the longer the mission lasts, the more enemies will appear. The Helldivers counter this with superior firepower. Working together, they can suppress larger forces, but their real advantage is their ability to call in various airstrikes. Using directional pad combinations to arm stratagems, Helldivers can request advanced weaponry, automated sentry turrets, and air support. Simply activate the desired stratagem and then throw the beacon to the desired drop location. Within moments, your requested ordnance will be delivered. If you requested bombs, make sure your team is out of the blast zone. Friendly fire is always on, so plan accordingly. If you do lose a squad mate, you can always request reinforcements with the same method. Keeping all Helldivers active and shooting is your best chance for mission success. Just don't have them drop back into the middle of a swarm. Once your mission is complete, you and your team will need to make your way to the extraction zone. Activating the extraction beacon will start a countdown, and you'll need to dig in and defend the landing zone until your ride gets there. After a successful extraction, your mission will be rated and you'll be rewarded with experience points and various other forms of currency. These currencies are used to purchase more advanced weaponry or reduce cooldown times for the tools that you already have. The gameplay loop is satisfying and challenging, even if it may seem a little repetitive to some. So why is it so successful? There is no definitive answer to this question, but here are a few reasons that stand out to me. Number 1, the game is fun. This is very important, and the other points don't mean much if the game isn't fun. It really evokes the over-the-top patriotism and violence of Starship Troopers. The enemies are challenging, and each mission brings a sense of danger and suspense. Barely extracting from a tough mission is satisfying and keeps the game on your mind. Playing with other Helldivers really adds to the fun and excitement as well. When you hear that music as you and your team drop to the planet's surface, it really does get you pumped. Number 2, the price point. The base game sells for $40 US. Money talks, and with most new games starting at $70 before tax, more and more gamers have to be careful about what they spend their limited budgets on. Number 3, it's PvE, or player versus enemies, rather than player versus player. The developers have specifically stated that the game will remain PvE. While I know there's a number of gamers that adore playing against other players, I personally prefer games where I can work collaboratively with teammates to accomplish a shared goal. Knowing that your squad needs you and your trigger finger as much as you need them and theirs adds to the camaraderie. And finally, it's a really well put together package. The game looks great, The environments you fight in are diverse, and the Helldivers' movements are smooth and crisp. The humor is awesome as well. The intro movie and subsequent training mode made me laugh out loud. The temptation of getting even more devastating weaponry keeps you coming back for more, and seeing Super Earth fighting a war on two fronts makes you wonder how they will advance, improve, and support this great game in the future. Helldivers 2 is currently available on PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Windows. It just broke a record for PlayStation Studios publishing by reaching 150,000 concurrent Steam players in its opening weekend. So if you like shooting games, hate invading aliens, and enjoy working with others, Helldivers might be worth checking out if you haven't already. If you have, maybe I'll see you out there on the front lines, spreading democracy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. That's all for now. I've got to go play more Helldivers 2.